Hello, viewers. Welcome back to episode 8 of On the Court. I'm your host, Taylor Hubbard, here with Sean Missioner.
How y'all doing?
All right, so NCAA is back. I'm so happy for that. We're going to talk about the two doubleheaders that happened on Tuesday night this week. You have number 1 Kansas versus number 10 Michigan State. What did you see?
Man, Kansas, man, it came straight out the gate swinging. I loved it. I really think they're going to do amazing in the conference this year. I expect great things from them. Michigan State. I think that they had a slow start, but, they picked it up at the end and tried to win it, but it was too late.
Okay. What I saw was Kansas looked very solid. The Lawson brothers, KJ and Diedrich, the transfers from Memphis, are very good. The freshman point guard that they have, Dotson, he's a very solid point guard for them. He can shoot it. He can distribute it. He can control the court. Quentin Grimes, he can really shoot from anywhere. They couldn't stop him at all the whole night. Kansas center Azubuike, he had really worked on his game and listened to what the NBA scouts were telling him, because he looked very sharp. Very sharp. He has improved a little bit from the free throw line from what I've seen, but I think if he can be 60%, and that's not even good, but I'm saying if he can be 60%, that would be great. I think he was like 40-something% last year, 41, something like that. But if he can improve on his free throw shooting, they could keep him in late game situations. Like they had to take him out Tuesday when it was like I think the last minute of the game because he could not make no free throw shots. But other than that, he looked very solid. Michigan State looked a little different without Jaren Jackson Jr. and Miles Bridges this year. They couldn't really get a rhythm in the first half. Michigan State, they also picked it up a little bit in the second half, but they could not get over the hump, which led to Kansas defeating Michigan State 92-87. Second game, you have number 2 Kentucky versus number 4 Duke. What you see?
Well, first of all, I was a little hurt about the performance of Kentucky. I thought they would have came out swinging better. I thought they would have put up more of a competition, but they seemed like they were just overwhelmed by the moment. I don't know what happened with them. I don't know what's going on with that right now. But Duke, on the other hand, man, they really killed it last night. I swear, everybody was just on a roll. Everybody was hitting shots. Like I swear, I felt like everybody was in double figures, if not. But also another key shining part of that is Zion, bro. He could do everything. He could pull up from the perimeter. The dude could dunk on you. The dude got passing skills. Come on, man. That's just, where do you find that?
Yeah, I agree with you. Well, Duke has the top 3 ranked players that was in high school last year with R.J. Barrett, Zion Williamson, and Cam Reddick. Reddish, I'm sorry. It's crazy. Like, I don't know. Seeing them play, it's like they already fitting together. RJ Barrett is the truth. Like, that man is the truth. You could tell he's the number 1 pick. You could tell he could be the number 1 pick in the NBA draft next year. Zion Williamson has serious athleticism. He's big, but he has some guard-like skills. Because he did play point guard in high school. Yeah. They had him play point guard.
I could tell.
He has to improve on his jump shot. He hit 1-3, but really, you can't really tell if he really improved on his jump shot because Kentucky was just giving up the lane. So maybe if I see him against more competition, I can see if he really have improved his jump shot. Cam can really stroke it. Like, you could tell why he was, the number 1 shooting guard in his class. Like, he can really shoot the rock. And nobody's really talking about Cam. And he had over 20 points in that game. But he was so under the radar compared to Zion and RJ. You asked me that night, who would I compare Zion Williamson to?
And what's your answer?
At first, I said Julius Randle.
Gotcha.
I believe I did.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that is his floor. And the only reason I say Julius Randle is because in college, Julius Randle was running over boys, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But when I start to really think about it, I get Charles Barkley.
Ooh, okay, I like
Charles
that.
Barkley, one of the greatest pound-for-pound rebounders to ever play in the NBA. And also, there were questions about Charles Barkley's weight in college. And just like there is about Zion. Zion is, 6'6", maybe 6'7" on a good day.
Mm-hmm.
Charles Barkley is 6'6". But I compared them together because, okay, Zion.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like for NBA scouts, his weight can be a problem. His weight can be a problem. He is 280 pounds, 6'6". He's the second biggest NBA player, and he's only 18. The only biggest player that's bigger than him is Bobo from the Clippers.
Okay.
So, his weight can really be a factor.
Mm-hmm.
But if he's looking this solid right now, you know, Lord knows what his upside is. But I don't know. But with Kentucky, going back, Kentucky, I mean, God, dog. I have never seen a Calipari team lose this bad. Even when he was at Memphis, even when he was at UMass, I have never seen a Coach Calipari team lose this bad.
Yeah.
Kentucky, to me, they don't have a strong team at all, skills-wise, this year, compared to his previous teams.
Definitely.
They don't have any shooters. I can't even think of one shooter that they might have. I mean, they were saying Hero for them is a shooter, but he really wasn't knocking down any shots. So, I don't know. I can't really say anything about Kentucky because they was that garbage. I think they was worse than Michigan State tonight.
Ooh, yes.
Duke ended up winning that game 118-84.
Ooh.
But, oh, man. Transitioning to the NBA. We have two double headers. You have both of them ended in blowouts. Houston versus OKC. What did you see?
Oh, man. Honestly, both teams really didn't play good at all. Let's be real. Both teams, I don't know. I just know one thing. They both were horrible. OKC, I don't know. I guess they had a more team effort in the end, and they kind of pulled it together and made it look good. But I don't know what happened with the Rockets, man. I don't even know where to start with them.
I don't even know where to start with this game either. I literally turned it off and started watching NFL.
Oof.
Because the Houston Rockets, to me, is just, they're garbage this year. Like, I don't know what's happening. Chris Paul, he's not really playing like he did last year. Like, I don't know what's going on with Chris Paul. Carmelo couldn't buy a bucket. But OKC, I mean, I would say Paul George picked it up in the second quarter and also the start of the third. But, yeah, this game, it's really not much to say. OKC had a better effort, so they ultimately won 98-80. And Warriors versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Man, Milwaukee Bucks look good on both sides of the ball. Like, the big three for Milwaukee Bucks, you got the Greek Freak with 24 points, 9 rebounds, and he didn't even play the fourth quarter. You got Eric Bledsoe with 26 points. He only missed 2 shots the whole night. He was 10 for 12. Like, he was doing Curry up. He did Curry up so bad, Curry injured. That's how bad he did Curry up. Like, Eric Bledsoe was everywhere tonight. Chris Middleton, he had 17 points. His points really came in the first quarter. Brogdon had 20 points. And Pat Connaughton was a real nice spark off the bench with 15. But, man, the Milwaukee Bucks, they was doing it on the defensive end. They was doing it on the offensive end. Greek Freak stole the ball from Kevin Durant and literally took off from the 3-point line to dunk the ball. I was like, what is going on? I mean, he missed it, you know, but he still recovered. He recovered and got the layup, the putback. But, man, I was like, the length of Milwaukee. And for some reason, a nice important stat is Milwaukee is 4 for 2 against the Golden State Warriors in the last 2 years. So, their length is really messing with the Golden State Warriors. Mm-hmm. But Milwaukee is the real deal this year. Like,
true.
This is how I thought Milwaukee was going to play. Like, you know, when I told you in the regular season, I was like, man, Milwaukee always pisses me off because they can't seem to take the necessary steps to get better. But I think that they got this new head coach, new team, and it's just, they're rolling.
I see it. I mean, all around, man. I mean, it took a while for them to understand because, you know, like you said, you were getting pissed off about how they was acting, how they didn't realize how great they really were. I mean,
exactly.
And plus they were a little bit immature, but I think they're finally growing up. I think the Greek Freak, you know, it's his team and he's taking control and he's leading by example and they're going in the right direction.
A spark for the Warriors was Klay Thompson, and that was all the spark they had. He had 24 points. They lost 134 to 111. So transitioning. So we have the Denver Nuggets defeated the Boston Celtics this Monday, 115 to 107. Now, as the clock was running out, Jamal Murray shot the ball to get 50 points. But he missed it. Yeah. But he did that because he only had 30. He had 48. Kyrie got upset and had something to say to Jamal. And then he threw the game ball in the stands. Do you love or you hate what Kyrie did?
I mean, I kind of do. I have like, it's kind of a love a little bit because I like seeing that out of him. I really do. Mm-hmm. And it is kind of disrespectful to try to get 48 when it's not necessary. Mm-hmm. I mean, 50, my bad, when it's not necessary. So I kind of agree with him. I'm kind of all for Kyrie on this one. Just my opinion.
Okay. I love and I hated it. I hated it because you mad at him for trying to get 50. Where was the D on the other 48? So you're just mad all of a sudden because he got 50. Guard him, he won't get 50. How about that? I mean, I loved it because maybe this will wake the Boston Celtics up. Real talk. I mean, words coming around, Terry Rozier want to get traded.
I feel him. I feel it.
He don't want to be there because he's not getting no playing time.
I feel it.
Which is understandable, and he wants his money, you know. But I think this will wake the Boston Celtics up. But I hate it because, so you're going to call him petty for trying to get 50 points. But wasn't that petty of you throwing the ball in the stands? I don't get it. If you're that mad, first of all, the game ain't close. Okay? You wasn't going to win. So, if you're really that mad, D the brother up. D him up. He was 19 for 31. The boy wasn't missing. Okay? So, if you're really that mad, I think you should have just D'd him up.
Oh, the next game going to be great. The next game going to be crazy. I feel it.
I mean, I hope so. I mean, I got Denver.
You got Denver?
Yeah, I got Denver the next game. Boston ain't doing nothing right now.
Okay, what I just saw from Kyrie, we going to see.
Okay, we're going to see. We're going to have to see it. We definitely going to talk about that. But, signing off, episode 8 of On the Court.